Hello, welcome back. Thanks for listening to this special episode of Sync Slate 6 mini episode.
Minnesota.
No, I'm not saying Minnesota. Mini episode where we've been covering the London Korean Film Festival, and today we are going to be reviewing A Scattered Night, or Scattered Night, I think I should correct myself. And in with the scatterings, scattered to my right is Joe.
Evening.
And scattered to my left is Arlo.
Evening.
How's them for some snappy links? I try my best. If anyone wants to give us a like, subscribe, question, email, we're at SyncSlate6 on Twitter, Instagram, Gmails. This is on YouTube and elsewhere in your ears. So write us a comment.
I don't know why that sounded really creepy.
In your ears.
Would you remember Phoenix Nights, Chorley FM, coming in your ears?
Coming in your ears.
That's like Vice City worthy.
You're definitely cutting this out, right?
We'll see. The last one's got a lot of edits, so
Right.
I might go a bit more relaxed. Anyway, Scattered Night. Arlo, do you want to give a Sync Slate synopsis?
Yeah, so 2019 film. So very, well, this year. I was going to say very current. Follows a modern day family in Korea. Mother, father, daughter, son.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, the mother and father have grown apart over time, to the point where their marriage is irrevocably. Well, it's beyond repair.
Yep.
It's irreparable, and it brings forward quite a few themes, mostly, and I think predominantly, who do the children kind of want to live with, and how do they understand, how do they emotionally understand what's going on between their parents, and what the consequences may be for them, but also who as a child you identify with more, and how does that sense of self-identity impact your aspiration as a person moving forwards.
That's a wicked synopsis. I must say, like that really covers it. And I guess I want to start it out with. Do you have the name of the?
Yeah, so I think if you remember,
lead?
The lead, yeah. So Moon Seungah.
Moon Seungah is incredible.
So how old is she?
She can't.
They say she's 10 in the film.
Yeah. In real life, she can't be older than 13. I don't think.
Wow.
I would say younger.
Yeah. She might even be 10 herself. She carries that whole thing. It's insane how well she acts.
Really? Well, it's from her
Perspective.
point. Yeah,
she's the lead, yeah. It's all...
I think she's in 95% of all the scenes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think we had an introduction and a closing Q&A with the director.
Yeah.
And I think, she said that out of the however many minutes, I think she's not on screen about 5. And also it ends with no one on screen. So,
Wow.
yeah, incredible. So well acted, I think. All of them, the supporting, but for a 10-year-old to carry a movie, because usually I go by with child actors, if they don't annoy you, usually they're doing a good job.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry, whoever did Anakin Skywalker, but...
So co-directed by Kim Sol and Lee Ji-young.
Yes.
And apparently it was their closing project for their film degree.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And certain considerations were made given the budget available to them for the film. But I think either way, it still holds up really, really well.
Yeah. What was really cool, actually, is they... I'm weirdly skipping forward to the ending, but she said in the Q&A, they filmed an ending that resolved all the plot points, but they didn't... Like, technical reasons, it was kind of weirdly lighted because it was going to be in the woods. But they actually end it ambiguous, and it works so much better. So it's like, kind of towards the end, the kids run away from their parents, and you kind of get all the interactions. You know, like the husband and wife have to sort of team up to find the kids, and then the two kids run away separately and then kind of meet, and then that at the end they're just having a dialogue about who do you pick, because that's the main thing, is they're being divorced. But it's kind of strange. I think I don't know if this is more of a Korean thing we're talking about afterwards, but here in this country, usually the kids stay together and go with one parent.
Well, I mean, up until last 10, 20 years, like, divorce in Korea wasn't really a thing.
Oh, really?
You get married and you stay with that person. Like, the older generation that are still alive, like in their 50s, 60s, a lot of them will just live together, separate rooms, but they stay together for the kids. But now, obviously, as Korea becomes more westernized and stuff, the divorce rate is going up quickly.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
There was actually an older character in it.
The grandmother.
Yeah, the grandmother, and she was quite snidey
Well,
towards her
how
daughter.
old are the parents? In their 40s?
If
early 40s, late 30s.
So they're like right on the in the middle ground between their very like traditional parents and this younger generation.
Interesting. What actually, you'll probably know on this. There was in the movie there's a part where it's all about deciding which parent you pick and all that, and the youngest has the most influence.
The Maknae, I think they said.
Is that, and that was the thing apparently.
So
That's part of the culture.
kids are choosing, or
She was offered the choice.
Yeah.
The father kind of shied away from it. He didn't want to give her that option.
right.
But then he was like, well, I mean, okay, if she wants to decide, then let's let her decide.
Yeah.
And she then couldn't make a choice, and that's when she runs away from home.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that would have any like legal bearing or anything in Korea, to be honest. Like I said, I think it's just relatively a new thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like over the age of 40. I don't know anyone in Korea that's divorced.
Right. Okay.
Under that, I do know a couple, but
okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think
So it's addressing quite a new problem in
Yeah.
society.
there were really clear lines of division in this as well. So the son was very much studious and wanted to learn English and wanted to get a really good education, so he could, I don't know, provide for the family and go off and achieve. And the mum seemed to have quite an intelligent background as well, to the extent where when the grandmother visited for Sumin's birthday, she said, "Oh, you could have been so much, but no, you stayed here and became an English teacher, and you could have gone to Oxford or Yale or something like that.
Yeah.
You never did. Why didn't you?" You
So
could have been a
both the
doctor."
parents working.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
mum works as a teacher or a tutor, quite long hours as well.
Yeah, it seems so.
He works in a museum.
Yeah, so I think the implication... What's implied... Sorry.
Implication was fine.
Implication. Yeah. I almost said implication. But that's
Oh,
not-
right.
So the implication is he's a kind of underachiever, like kind of a slacker. So you don't actually get the reason why they're divorcing.
Oh,
And
right.
this is
okay.
like the only real problem I had.
Well, so you don't get a good side and bad side, though.
Well,
That's kind of a
exactly.
good point, no?
It is, but I wish there was just a throwaway line because they don't really...
But it does come down to aspiration, I think. She wants
Yes.
much more for herself than he wants for himself.
Right.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the main factor in
That's
their
not
divorce.
a bad thing. Some people are content with living a comfortable,
Yeah,
easy life with
exactly.
their family.
Yeah.
But then she's also very stoic and not
Yeah.
very, I don't know, not great conversationally. And he's a bit better.
Yeah.
Because so Sumin and the father are more similar, I would say, in that she's quite head in the clouds and like a bit of a dreamer. And there's quite a nice scene where they're eating dinner together and she goes round to his house and they're just sat down and like having like a back and forth conversation.
Does this film try to push the viewer to make their own decision about who they would go with?
No,
I don't think
not
so.
really. But we talked about afterwards which out of our parents would
Because-
choose. But which is really interesting that film made us do that, because I'd never thought about that ever before.
You two are pretty much the only two people I know that parents are still together.
Yeah. Well, no, and how fortunate we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdly now we're like, it's kind of rare for us actually.
Yeah, I never ever consider.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never consider it. I just
same.
my parents have always been together. I don't know any other
Yeah.
version of.
Of course, you're either going to know one or the other, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite interesting. So, like, it would kind of come down to the viewer's own personality then. If you're talking about her being quite career driven and wanting better, and him being quite content,
Yeah.
like
It's almost like she's missed her window now, though, and that
okay,
she's been really maybe not harsh, but she's trying to drive her son. Her son's so similar in terms of mindset to her.
Yeah.
But he's also. It's not like he's letting her just push him in this direction. He's also of his own free will saying, like, I need to study. Like he doesn't go on this family trip at one point because he says he wants to study for his finals.
how old's the son? Sorry.
He's early teen
13.
or pre-teen, yeah.
Okay.
So
So
much
you'd say
older.
that the daughter's more like the father and the son's more like the mother.
Yeah.
then?
Absolutely.
And what's interesting is, like, it's going, it's kind of like you kind of already know from the start who's going to go where, but it's kind of like how it develops, and you seeing everyone make those choices and those reasonings for those choices, I think. And that's really well done.
And the siblings not living together is a consideration as well.
Yeah, of course.
Quite weirdly, that they get on so well in the film.
Yeah.
Like they're really close.
And they act so well together. Like, it's so genuine. It feels like they're real life brother and sister.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Wow.
Yeah, where he gets given a drone because he says he wants to be a pilot or something.
I think
to
so,
begin
yeah.
with. And the father's bought him this drone to play with, and Sumin takes it out and breaks it, and then the next scene is just like him there, sat at a desk with her, and he's fixing it. But but at no point is he like he's like a little bit annoyed, but he's not like outwardly angry with her, and he's just like, there you go, like don't break it again.
Yeah, well, it's got to be tough for the parents then, because obviously they don't want to split up their kids, but...
Yeah. Did you enjoy the direction? Being co-directed, could you notice it was two visions at all?
I didn't notice it was two different visions, but I thought it was quite interesting afterwards, because she was asked in the Q&A
Yeah.
whether she'd be doing anything. I think the way someone phrased it was with her partner in crime.
Yeah.
In the future, and her answer was a resounding. We had such fun making this movie, but I will definitely be pursuing independent projects as of.
Wait, so she's an established director, and
No, they're students.
they're
pair of
both
them.
students.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Apparently, their professor, who apparently criticizes everything, at the end of it and finally seen it, he was like, "What did he say? It's okay."
It's
kind of
alright.
like, yeah,
That's Korean culture
Yeah,
down
yeah.
to a T, though.
yeah,
Like, I remember when I got the best grade I'd ever got in my masters, and then GM was like, no, it's not quite good enough.
Also, so it was. I think she was called So Maya. She gave a kind of brief synopsis of the film before viewing. She kind of administrated the Q&A as well.
yes,
I did like her opening because she read out a Philip Larkin poem.
Oh, cool.
You'll know it's the "They fuck you up, your mum and dad."
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I think like everyone would know it. I just don't think they necessarily like know what it's called
Yeah.
or who it's by. But yeah, I thought that was
Yeah,
so relevant given the outcome of the film.
yeah, definitely. You could almost have had that like in the film, you just get that quote at the start. Yeah.
I wonder if Koreans know who he is.
You got any more on that? I can't think what I want to talk about. It's mostly direction and story and the actors. Really.
I assume being quite low budget, it was mainly filmed in one location, or
It does move around.
Yeah, it's mostly like apartments, a
Apartments.
few exteriors, and then the kind of end runaway sort of
Yeah.
jumps around a bit. But
It's very personal.
Yeah.
You feel very close to everything that's happening.
Yeah. And what's quite interesting actually is it's in summer. I think the height of the summer, and they're very like hot and
Bothered.
yeah.
The cicadas?
Yeah.
Cicadas.
Cicadas, yeah.
That's the American pronunciation. I'm not saying it like that.
Cicadas. It's the name of the insect.
Cicada.
Cicada.
Okay. Yeah, they're really loud, unfiltered.
Yeah.
That doesn't get taken away in the edit.
Yeah.
Mate, they are annoying as shit.
Again, not much music in this either.
No.
Really drives that sense of, I guess, isolation and what's going on around you. Yeah, I think that was a nice touch. I don't know if they purposely shot it at summer, but yeah, it definitely added it to like the backdrop.
Well, she wouldn't be able to run away in winter.
No,
She'd be dead in 5 minutes.
yeah, that would be a bad movie. And she died.
Well, from what you're saying, I really hope that we see more from her in terms of projects.
Yeah, definitely. Both the directors and the young actors.
And the young actors, yeah.
It was incredible. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, there was
When can I
thing you
check this
mentioned.
out?
Well, on tour in Belfast. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it would be released. 6 months to a year.
It's got subtitles on it, so yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine it'll be worldwide release.
Cicada.
Shut up, Google. Yeah, no shit.
Just for the avoidance of doubt.
Well, the thing is, we don't have them in this country.
So what?
So
So how do we get to name them?
yeah, so they're in America and Korea, and they both call them cicadas.
It will derive from Latin, I imagine.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or like the naming
Wait.
of any species.
Does Korean have... Oh, yeah, so, okay, the species, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, does Korean have Latin derivatives? But when it comes to animals, yeah.
They might have a different name for cicada, but because I never knew what they were when I lived over there, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" It's really loud. It's like insanely loud. And she's like, "Oh, cicadas." I was like, "Oh, yeah." So you live, you learn.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I think on that note,
Yeah.
thanks very much for listening. There's something I want to really say. Oh, yeah. This is another thing I need to splice into an edit very bad. Is we do a weekly podcast. Comes out every Wednesday called Sync Slate 6. Obviously, that's what our title is here. But this is just a short episode. Usually we talk major Hollywood happenings and much more.
No tall tales from television.
Well, sometimes there's a tall tale of television.
Sometimes there's a to be continued.
Yeah. Sometimes there's not.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, cool. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.